welcome. I'm Jade of Jaded Reader, and today I'm going to be going over my autumn goal list. So I am also going to be pretending as if I just took the summer off from goals list because I didn't do a summer goals list, and so I obviously don't have a summer wrap-up. This is something I continued throughout the seasons. This will be my second fall goal list. I definitely want to keep these goals up, as giving myself something to achieve throughout the season is useful for me. If this is your first goals list from me because you started in the summer, I go through my channel goals, my book goals, and my personal goals. So I'm gonna start off with my channel goals because there are quite a few things I'd like to get done this fall in regards to my channel. My first goal is to upload regularly at least once a week. Before, my regular schedule was to post on Tuesdays and Fridays. Fridays is my bonus videos, either vlogs or talks, but my Tuesdays might change to Wednesdays. I'm not entirely sure, but once I get it figured out, no matter what, it will be a regular upload day. Here's to hoping. After that, I have reached over 1,000 subscribers. I am so completely humbled by this, and I was afraid to think I'd reach 1,000 subscribers when I first started my channel, so now I feel a little bit more comfortable dreaming a bit bigger, and so I'm hoping to reach a range of 1,500 to 1,800 subscribers through the fall. I think that this is doable, and I'm giving myself a range because I would be perfectly happy and completely smitten with the idea of having 15,000 subscribers, but I also think that based off of my analytics, it's also completely possible I could have 1,800, and that would be super duper neat. I don't know if I'll do some sort of celebration for that if I do reach that goal. As of right now, I just think it's a super neat concept. The next goal is more of a limitation, and that is to only do 2 readathons per season, not per month, per season. I absolutely love readathons. They are so fun and they get me in whatever atmosphere is going on, and I absolutely never finish them. For the week-long readathons, I go into it knowing I won't be able to read as quickly as the prompts are specifying. I love the Witchathon hosted by Rhiannon at Crescent Moon Reads for this very reason, because although it is a week-long readathon, Rhiannon is excellent at making people feel like it's okay if they don't finish the prompts, and they always throw in some prompts that have nothing to do with reading, so I can feel like I'm successfully participating in something while doing almost absolutely nothing. Witchathon is something I absolutely will be participating in, but apart from that, I don't know what other readathon I'll be doing this season. I'm super excited to see what there is, or if I could possibly help co-host another readathon, but as of right now, Witchathon's the only thing on the table, and I'm only allowing myself one more. One of my next channel goals is to sort one of my cats into their Hogwarts house. This is Belle, also known as Belloc. She is our other kitty, and you don't get to see her very often because she's really well behaved and doesn't make a lot of noise. She mostly just sleeps and cuddles. Yeah, overall, she's just an adorable and sweet kitty. Most likely you will recognize her from my end credits before and after my blooper reel, so I am hoping to find out what Hogwarts house Belle is in. While Ima was sorted almost immediately because I had an inkling of what house she was in, Belle still needs to be sorted into her Hogwarts house, and I would like to get on that this season. And my last channel goal is that by the end of fall, I have my fall wrap-up as well as a winter goals list. I'm making this a goal for myself as a summer goals list or spring wrap-up did not happen, and I'm going to be keeping myself accountable this fall. Heading into my book goal list, because it is a booktube channel, I am a booktuber and I like to read. I do have some specific books in mind as well as some more abstract goals in order to help me keep reading this fall. One of my chief priorities this fall is I need to finish The Diviners by Libba Bray. I did start this book last fall, but I didn't finish it. It is a large book. I absolutely loved what I was reading, but as soon as winter hit, this book just no longer clicked with me. I wasn't in the mood for the atmosphere. I was ready for really cheery, lighthearted books, and The Diviners takes place in a 1920s New York where there are psychics and murders and unsolved mysteries. And while what I read of this book was incredibly good, I just didn't pick it back up again. So I'm going to go ahead and finish The Diviners this fall. I'm very excited, and I remember most of what I read, so I'm hoping that I can just kind of open it back up again and continue on. But if I find myself not knowing what the heck is what, then I will start over from the beginning. My next book that I'm super eager to read this fall is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I've been recommended Scythe so many times that I can't even really pinpoint this to a person anymore. All I know is that Scythe takes place in a utopia, or as I like to think of it, a secret dystopian world in which every ailment or danger on Earth has pretty much been eliminated. The world has come to the point where technology and knowledge has reached its peak, and therefore humans in this world have conquered death. The only thing that they can't seem to solve is the population growth. They have scythes, which are pretty much Grim Reapers that are assigned to kill people. So this seemed like a perfect fall read, and I also believe that this will probably be the first book on my list that I start. After that, I don't have this book physically yet, but I do plan on picking up Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gave The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo a 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm really excited to pick up Daisy Jones and the Six. Now, here's the thing, is I have been constantly warned that Daisy Jones is nothing like Evelyn Hugo. The only thing that really doesn't change is Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing style, so I did have to take some time before picking up this book. I think I am emotionally ready to pick up Daisy Jones and the Six and read it without bias, keeping Evelyn Hugo out of my mind. Daisy Jones and the Six follows Daisy Jones, who is a lead singer in a fictional rock band in our modern world. This is something that Taylor Jenkins Reid does really well. She pretty much has completely fictional historical stories that make you feel as if they are real. So I'm really hoping that I fall in love with Daisy Jones and the Six, and that I find out about a 1970s rock band that doesn't exist. Continuing on in the spirit of finishing things, I have Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, and I got quite a large amount done in this book. However, I did sit it down as I was beginning to feel really overwhelmed and burnt out by the story, not by any fault of the writing or the characters, but because I was trying to read this for a read-along, and so I really felt rushed. And I don't think that this is a book you can rush. I did continue on a little bit while Soleil from Little Reader's Corner was visiting me. I had an absolutely fabulous time, and I was really enjoying the audiobook, so I will be picking this back up via audiobook and physical copy, and I am hoping to finish Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I also plan on completing Death Note series by Tsugumi Oba. I got this from my dad over Christmas last year, and I have read the first 3, and I would like to read at least 3 more by the end of the season. I'm really enjoying Death Note so far, and I just don't want to get behind in my reading of this because I'm enjoying it so much. If you don't know what Death Note is, sorry, this is a very heavy box. If you don't know what Death Note is, it is about Light Yagami, who finds a mysterious death note left on the ground by the one and only Ryuk, who is a Shinigami or death god. Light Yagami finds out if he writes names in this notebook, then the person's name that he writes down dies. He can write down specifically how they die, and Light Yagami gets a bit of a god complex, is the shorthand synopsis of this story. So I'm very determined to continue on in Light Yagami's story, and I will be reading at least 3 this fall. Then these can be doubled up with my other goals, but I have more abstract goals that I may follow, and that is to read 5 books from my owned TBR. I have quite a large owned TBR pile down below. My last owned TBR video was a mixed bag where I had quite a positive reception overall, but it also got the most dislikes I think my video has ever gotten. So I haven't quite decided if I want to do another video where I go over my entire owned TBR. You can go ahead, and if that's something you're really interested in seeing, leave a comment about it down below, and it's something I'll look into doing again. But otherwise, just know there's a gigantic pile on my last bookshelf down there, and it's killing me. So I need to read at least 5 books off my owned TBR. Then I need to read at least 3 books off of my most anticipated fall reads video. I can have that linked above right there for you to peruse, and I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but I can say at least one of them will be Stormrise. This is a novel by Gillian Boehm that it will be coming out this September. Possibly by the time that this video is posted, it is either out or about to be out. So keep this one on your radar. This is a debut novel by Gillian Boehm in which our main character infiltrates the military in order to become a warrior, and of course she is a female who is not supposed to be there, but she makes the rules her own and joins anyway. This has a blurb by Tamara Pierce, and it has also been heavily compared to Tamara Pierce's writing. I do have an entire shelf dedicated to Tamara Pierce. I actually was able to receive this arc not by a publisher, but by the lovely Hannah at Snow White Reader. Hannah, after seeing that I was anticipating this book, immediately sent it to me. She is such a sweetheart. Thank you, Hannah, so much. I have already started the first chapter of this book, and I'm really liking where it's going. It has dragons, so you know I'm already on board. So that settles that for my book goals. All I have left now are my personal goals. These are goals I set for myself that don't necessarily have anything to do with you guys, but if you want to know more about me, there are things going on in my life or things that I'd like to go on in my life that are not currently going on. I will let you know I do have some health goals, however, they are not restrictive in any way. They are additive. They're adding to my life in order for me to feel more healthy and happy and mentally well. So first up on my list, I have a morning run. I do not have a time limit for this morning run, but I do want to run at least 2.5 miles. I don't know how many kilometers that is. Maybe I'll throw it up there if Editing Jade decides to do math. In lieu of this, if I decide I do not want to run in the morning for 2.5 miles, I can take a hike. Literally, I can take a hike, and that makes up for my run, and for my hike, I need it to be 3.5 miles. I happen to have my favorite hiking trail, which is actually featured in my video with Soleil from Little Reader's Corner, where we go on a hike, and I borrow a dog for that hike. I don't know if I will borrow a dog every single time I hike, but that would actually be a really cool goal. I'll think about it. My next goal is to drink more water. This is an ongoing goal. I love water. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have a hard time constantly drinking it, and I don't want to be dehydrated all the time. I want to be hydrated. I think that's as much explanation as that goal needs. Next up, I lost a large amount of footage at the end of the summer, which did have some sort of a slight effect on my mental health, in which I tripped, fell, and my SD card snapped in half. It had quite a bit of footage with my little sister who had just left back to Alaska. That was really difficult for me, but luckily I actually have some good news, and that is that my little sister is actually back, so all those videos where I lost all of that footage, so sorry, can be refilmed, or we can make new videos because she's actually living with me right now. I'm really excited. She doesn't look excited, but that's because she's 13, so we're going to definitely make more collab videos, and that is a goal I'm looking forward to this fall. You're doing great. You're gonna do more collabs. For my second to last goal, you actually get quite a bit of a say. I don't have much of a say at all in this goal, and that is I am going to start a new anime. I haven't watched an anime in such a long time, and I absolutely adore anime. If you don't know, anime is a form of Japanese animation. My anime taste is much like my manga taste in that I do like more shonen manga or more like action-packed story quest-filled manga, and that does seep right into my anime taste. So you guys get to decide what anime I will be starting next. I will have a poll up above, so go ahead and vote on one of these three. My first anime choice is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I have watched all of Full Metal Alchemist, the anime. However, I've been told several times that this was a faux pas and I should have been watching Brotherhood. I've heard that it follows the manga more closely, and then I've also heard that it is more gruesome. So I don't know if one or all of those things are true, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is definitely on my radar. I also have My Hero Academia. My sister has requested that I let everyone know that that is her favorite anime and that that is her vote. Don't let that sway you. It's okay if you choose something else. I have been highly pressured to start My Hero Academia. People have told me I will absolutely love it, and Soleil from Little Reader's Corner is also a huge My Hero Academia buff. She doesn't stop talking about it either, so I am definitely intrigued. And then last up on my list is kind of a curveball. It's not like either of the other two or something I would regularly watch, but it is Fruits Basket. Now, I have watched watched the original Fruits Basket, but they are rebooting, revamping, redoing Fruits Basket. I actually really loved Fruits Basket. It wasn't my regular type of anime that I would watch, but I do have really strong childhood memories towards Fruits Basket, so I would love to see what they've done with the anime and see if it's better or worse. And so that is the third of the ones you can vote upon. Again, my poll is up above. I don't know if it's still chilling up there or if it's disappeared, but you can go ahead and vote up there, or if you have another anime you think I should really check out, you can of course leave it down below. I actually have a list of all the recommendations people give me for dragon recommendations, demonic recommendations, anime. You recommend it to me, I've set it on a list or I've added it to my Goodreads, and I'm always excited to see what you guys bring forward and suggest. Then my final personal goal is actually quite personal. While all of these are pretty fun or laid back or just something I'd like to incorporate in, this one does kind of have to do with my channel, but I also put it in my personal pile because it felt really personal. So if you don't know, I'm openly Wiccan and practice witchcraft. That might come as a surprise to some of you because I'm not very open about it on my channel. I mention it here and there or when I'm doing Witchathon, but overall I know it can be kind of like I'm a casual witch, which I think is a quite appropriate title for me. However, I do actually practice quite a bit of witchcraft, and I've never really incorporated it on my channel because it's felt so separate and so private. Now, while I love what Rhiannon at Crescent Moon Reads does, which is fully embrace all of their witchy goodness, I absolutely love them. They are a goddess in this community due to their amazing contributions to talking about witchcraft, to making it more open and honest. I don't think that that's where my channel will go, but I would like to open up about it a little bit more. I do have quite a bit of a history and trauma with being open about witchcraft. When I was younger, I was definitely bullied. Terrible things were done to me that I don't think I want to talk about, but I do want to make you aware that this is something nerve-wracking for me. In some small way, I'd like to open up a little bit more on my channel having to do with something that's a very large part of me, and maybe do a tarot video having to do with books, or celebrating one of the Sabbats in one of my vlogs, and any small way, just cracking that egg just a little bit and showing you a little other part of me that maybe you haven't seen before. And honestly, I don't actually know what you guys would want to see of any of that. I am pretty entrenched in it. I don't know what curiosities you may have, so if you have anything specifically in the witchy category that you'd like to see, go ahead and leave a comment on that down below, and I'll start kind of drumming up ideas of how to incorporate a little bit more of that on my channel. So with that is all of my goals for fall. It's quite a large set, and hopefully you see them come to fruition as you watch my videos. Whether that happens or not, I hope you are also enjoying the sun or more stars wherever you are, and until next time, bye! She just woke up. Where's my moon going? Get back there. Okay, we can leave.
Wait! Tell everybody that I like My Hero Academia.
I'm having them vote on which anime I'm going to start.
My Hero Academia, Jade!
It's between Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, My Hero Academia, or the new Fruits Basket. So you can go ahead and vote just like everyone else.
Well, no matter what, you're gonna watch My Hero Academia, so...
Well, I mean, that's not necessary. Okay, bye!
Adios!
Alright, well, at least I have blooper footage now.